Pandas, 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 like a bras in Atlanta, twisted dope bean in the Fanta. Welcome to my stream, pandas. How nice of designer to make a song for me about me. We just finished the pre-market show. We are now on the main stream, and I'm glad to be here. Let's do some pre-market analysis. Good morning, guys. Let me put a poll up for you guys. Day trading like a predator. Good morning, Nathaniel. Good morning, Tyler Molema. Good morning, Todd. Good morning, Speedy Boy. Good morning, Latrell. Good morning. Welcome, guys. What a huge move up yesterday. Good morning, guys. Kid Poker, good morning. PK, good morning. Ahmed, good morning. Frank Angel, good morning. Hassam, good morning, guys. Welcome to the stream. Glad that you guys are here. We do have a break of trend to new low, and this new low is a two-leggy coming off of our yesterday's close. Make sure you guys scalp that like button if you guys are just joining. Helps out this channel a ton if you want to support. Good morning, guys. Good morning. But boy, oh boy, yesterday, what a day. What a day. Overnight highs, overnight lows. Overnight high does actually break above the previous day's high, which is kind of amazing. It just reverses. I mean, what a move yesterday, Pandas. What a move. What an incredible move. Just grind it up. Grind it up all day. It's just teeny bars going all the way up. So that's the thing about strong uptrend days. You could literally buy it anywhere in the day, except like probably from here, because at end of the very end of the day, like last 10 minutes, it just started crashing. But if you buy anywhere here, it came out at a reasonable time, you would have made money. Even if you bought here, eventually you would have made money if you had a wide enough stop. $10,000 tick chart. This is a bird's eye view here. Trading range being created. The daily chart. Boy, oh boy. I thought we are going to get our pattern here. Event actually happened was we're getting this pattern here. Fail second entry short. A, B, C. Second entry short. Reverses. Coming back to the top of the trading range on the daily chart. Seems like, I mean, we're so close to there. And the top of the trading range on the daily chart is just the top of these candles. You see these candles here? So big trading range being created on the daily chart. This trading range is huge. It's much bigger than the previous one that we were in for a very long time. We're in this one even longer, and the trading range is larger. So, boy, oh boy, I mean, that's a big trading range. Big trading range. Up, down, up. Will we come back down? I'm not sure. I mean, we have the 240 SMA. It might come into play, resistance. Not entirely sure. I'm looking for this play here. Fail second entry short above the 20 EMA would be nice. This is the setup I'm looking for. And you can see this two-legged move here. So looking for a fail second entry short here. Because we had a break of trend new low coming off of a previous day's low, which can act as support. Right now, it doesn't look too nice. Right now, it doesn't look like it's acting as support. Or, I mean, it is right now. As you can see, there's some consolidation here. But from the looks of this candle, I'm not sure. It looks like it wants to push down. But we gotta let the candle finish. Gotta get a quick chart check as well while we're here. While we're at it. Thanks guys for the chart check. Appreciate it. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. Fill out that poll as well. I'd like to know what kind of day you think it might be today. A lot of you guys think it might be a bull trend day today. I mean, it's very slow right now. It's like molasses. Market's about to open in 3 minutes. Whew. Big up trend day. Let's see what happens today. Curious. Very curious. I mean, today might be a doji bar day today. I'm unsure. I mean, we'll see. I mean, it could be a strong bull trend. Just follow through on this bar. Or we could have a doji bar here, pause bar. Especially with no news today, right? Tomorrow we have news with the unemployment. Today we kind of had news. It is an unemployment number. But I think the big one is tomorrow. But there's news today at 10 o'clock. It's not supposed to be high impact, but it does deal with unemployment. So maybe might move the markets. But I wouldn't be surprised if today we have a doji bar day today. I'm just gonna wait for the price action. If on the 5-minute chart the first 5 bars are just overlapping long wick, small body type candles, then I will probably assume that might be trading range rest of the day, but we'll see. YSCS is just a funded account. It is. If you want to know how much money I actually make while trading, you guys can become pandas. Pandas get access to the pre-market show. In the pre-market show, we go over all my account balances. We go over all my off-stream trades. So if you guys are really interested and want to support me, then you guys can become pandas. And I do that to protect myself. I've done this long enough where having trolls and haters, you don't understand like how many people want me to just lose. You know, how many people just want me to, you know, they just want me to lose so bad. And it being like vulnerable, showing my accounts, like, you know, they'll all come out if I have a red day, you know, and they'll just start, you know, trolling the stream, and they rear their ugly heads. And you know, so I've learned that if I'm going to share something vulnerable, like how much money I make, I want to do it with people I know that support me. So this is why I put it behind a paywall. And honestly, it's like, it's not like I get much money from, you know, your subscriptions, your memberships. It's I mean, I guess it's good. I mean, it's good coffee money. And like I said, like you guys becoming pandas for you know, $4.99 a month, $5 a month. I just imagine you being a buddy and buying me a cup of coffee once a month. And also Mrs. Panda as well. Market just opened. We do have that fail second entry short setup that I was looking for. It's just beneath the 20 MA, so it's a little scary to take. Right, you want strong signs of reversal. You know, reversals are something that you want like a really strong evidence for, because reversals take a lot in the market to do. It takes a lot for it to happen. So, I mean, major trend reversals, you know, and so we want a little more evidence. We want to come above the 20 MA here. Yeah, people love kicking people when they're down. You know, they would only comment on like red days. They would say like, oh, they come into the stream like, oh, you're always red, when it's like obviously I'm not always red. But it's just like they'll come in on a red day and be like, you guys, you're always red, and it's just like super, yeah, annoying. You know, especially when you're doing something that's like requires a lot of vulnerability, like trading live, man, that is the pressure behind trading just real money is a lot. Doing that in front of an audience when you have a bunch of haters, the pressure is enormous. All right, Pandas, Kellyanne, good morning, welcome back, guys. Rodian from Australia, welcome to the stream. Roel, good morning. See this second entry short, it actually traps, right? Traps this, traps here, and another second entry. This one's successful, and we're breaking beneath. So the reason why I didn't want to take that is because we had to break a trend to new low, and we're bouncing off of support. I'm thinking more of a reversal setup here, but the reversal happens beneath the 20 MA. It wasn't my setup, and so because of all the rules, I saved myself from this trade, right? Terrible signal bar anyways. And I saved myself from losing there. I saved myself losing here. Ralph Gruns, good morning. Kid Poker, good morning. Joey Adler, good morning. YST, good morning. Bad Trader, Turtle Toes, good morning. Somewhere in the Rockies, good morning. Richard Harris, Kellyanne. Brian Melton, good morning, guys. Lance Lofton says, I'll never understand people rooting for people to fail. Yeah, man, that's how crazy this world is. That's how deep sin is in this world. Daniel, holiday in Croatia. Nice. I've never been to Croatia. The most I know about Croatia is like the movie Terminal. I believe Tom Hanks played someone from Croatia. I think. I don't know why I remember that, but I could be wrong there. I believe that's like a true story as well. The only times you can root for someone to fail is if your team is playing against the Dallas Cowboys. That's the only time you can root for someone to fail. Dallas Cowboys or even Pittsburgh Steelers, those two teams. Always root for them to lose. Latrell coming with some words of wisdom. They project their FAL of their existence. FAL means failure at life. So we're in this trend line now. And a place where we should have reversed, instead we continue this downtrend. Making this downtrend stronger than you think. Or stronger than I thought. Two-legged pullback forming on the 10K chart. Almost was a trap. Let's see the 5-minute chart here. 5-minute chart. Not much going on. $20 EMA. Still could block us here. Could be a failed breakdown of this support. We're getting a fail second entry long here, but this might push up. I'm not sure. I mean, we have this trend line. It's kind of hard to fight it, in my opinion. A, B, C. Emmanuel Martinez says, being from Texas, screw you all. Second entry long coming right into our trend line here. It's getting a little tricky going in and out of the previous day's close. You can see with this dash red line that is yesterday's close. I mean, we can have a two-legged pullback here. It's just a little tricky, and it's coming off two areas, key areas here. I don't know. This is tricky. This is tricky. Two key areas. I may have to try here. The only problem is it looks like it wants to make a pullback on the higher time frames. Like, look at this. It looks like it wants to pull back to the 20 EMA here. The 5-minute chart, not much. I feel like I gotta try. I gotta try this. Do not copy my trades. Ooh. You don't like that. Let's see here. See if we can get a small retracement. Didn't finish yet. Just waiting. See if we can get in this trade still. Hesitated. Second entry short. Off the key area and also off our moving average, right? Off our trend line and also off the moving average. I just hesitated. Ah. A, B, C, inside bar. I think it's a little tricky, but risk was about 3 points and coming up two key areas. I missed that second entry short right there. I was hesitant because I was scared of this 10K chart, thinking that we wanted to make a little push back up to the 20 EMA, especially when it looks like this. Basically, yeah, if you don't know, this is actually a bullish pattern currently, right? When you have this move down, but it can break down on a bullish pattern. But this right here is a bullish pattern to burst back up. It's basically the flag portion of a bull flag, but it's just a flag. But it looks like a strong downtrend when I look at this. Missed a good trade there. That might mess up my. I think I might be shaking off some of the nerves off from yesterday. I was thinking about I didn't want to lose again. A lot of factors, a lot of emotions playing. But decent trade. I like that trade actually. Didn't like it how we're basically around this area though. James Kent says, love your trading. Would you recommend this two-legged pullback on something like... Oh, and this SPX 500 USD? I don't know what that is. But if you can trade it, then yes. Patrick Lim says, you seems tired. Your eyes are black. I can't help it, man. It's just how I look. Whew. I mean, look at this 10,000 tick chart. I mean, if you want to talk about overlapping bars, this is what we're talking about. Overlapping bars. Absolutely incredible. The 5-minute chart as well. The first 5 candles. Don't know really. I mean, we're going in and out of the yesterday's close, and it might be that doji day. It really depends. I mean, this overlap is insane. We finally have a strong bull bar ending on its high, but you gotta look to the left of the chart. Like I mentioned, again, this is a flag portion of a bull flag. It's actually a bullish pattern. I was scared it was gonna do this while we're around this area, so I didn't want to go short here. I was scared from that, from the 10K chart. Huh. Todd is asking, how do I shut off the blue-red window that comes up lower right corner when filled? I'm thinking you're talking about rhythmic. Maybe you can close rhythmic. I'm not sure. I'm sure there's a way to turn off the notifications. I haven't done so. I kind of don't mind it. It actually like helps me sometimes, because sometimes like since I have the trade copier, it will like be a little off, like a little too many windows pop up. Oh, am I copying my trades on some other instrument that I forgot to turn off or something? And sometimes helps me. Like I mentioned, 10,000 tick chart, this looked bearish, but this is actually a bullish pattern because it's basically the flag portion of a bull flag. That's what Al Brooks would say. Kellyanne says, I always stay on the right side of the 10K direction. Wise words. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. Strong bull bars ending on their high. Wait, strong bull bar, follow through. So you're thinking bull trend. 5-minute chart, strong bull bar ending on its high. Let's see if this has follow through. No idea. I really have no idea what's happening. Do I want to go long here? Is this a straight up reversal now? Or is it first break of trend? I'm looking for a new low. I mean, this looks like a pretty strong move up. But also hitting its head on a 240 SMA, as you can see here, some consolidation. Failed second entry short here. Above the 20 MA. If you're a strong bull right now, then you would enter that. Just got your scalp. Failed second entry short right here, huh? A, B, C. Strong or failed second entry short. I just didn't like it near the 240 SMA. Didn't want to have to fight that. But that's a strong bull bar. See, there's follow through. You could be always in long at this point. If this is a bullish bar, people may be always in long. That's what they are in the higher time frames. As you can see on 10,000 tick chart, people are just buying the close here, making money. There's follow through perhaps on the 5-minute chart. Needs to wait for this candle to finish. This is a doji bar, no follow through on the strong bull bar. Another failed second entry short. First entry long. You can always be, if you're always in long, this is another entry for you. Getting a little sideways, choppy. Looks like a spike in channel currently. Spike, channel. So always in long traders are probably coming out break even right here. Do you see all these wicks? Because they're going sideways, so they're probably wondering, are we still always in long? They definitely break beneath here. Yeah, the always in long traders probably coming out of their trades. Maybe entering one more time to come out break even. But once they start seeing the sideways movement, like when you're talking about always in long, you're talking about breakout mode. You're talking about super strong bull move, right? Not many pullbacks. This is what you're thinking about when you're thinking of always in long trades. This is a two-legged pullback off the 20 MA. Do I want this two-leggy? I actually don't want this two-leggy. I'm thinking maybe we test this low again. Maybe we come back to yesterday's close. I don't like this two-legged pullback to go long. It is off the 20 MA. And signal bar is not the worst. It's not the best. Also, we have 4 pushes up, creating an L4 setup. Trap trade here. Outside bar reversal. You're still safe in this trade, actually, surprisingly. Starting to get a little sideways. I don't like when it looks like this. Unless it's like a really strong move down. But right now, we're kind of deciding, are we going to reverse here, or are we going to continue this uptrend? And typically, yeah, this can be a little tricky. Starting to get a little choppy here, as you can see, overlapping bars currently. Trap does trigger. Sitting on my pause. I didn't like it because it started to create overlapping bars, making it a little confusing now. I mean, you're still good in the trade, but you're sweating a little bit. Would I go long here? Sure. Let's go long. Shall we? Signal bar is quite large now. Signal bar is not that good, right? This is currently the signal bar. Let me see if I can make another trend line that I saw. Okay. Oh, never mind. Interesting. You're still in this trade when you took the short. Maybe another attempt down here. Thoughts and prayers to any trader here who's taking any position at this point. 4 overlapping bars in a row. You're thinking yesterday's close can be a magnet. Just scary trade. You start to get these overlapping bars. We're still undecided what's going to happen. Maybe making that new low now. We do hit previous day's close, as you can see. This dashed line. We keep going in and out of it. Constantly getting in and out of it. It's an area that's been hit a lot. Makes me feel like Doji Day, because when you look at charts like this, no clear direction. First 5 bars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars. You still don't know what direction the market's trying to go. Could be a kind of trading range day today. 10,000 tick chart. We did have quite a strong push up, it looks like, on the 10K. But now it's basically a failed second entry long, which is incredible. Looking for that new low, perhaps. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. No trades currently. We're so close to 10,000 subs, pandas. Make sure you subscribe. If you watch the stream, you have not yet subscribed. If you're a daily watcher, help this panda get to 10,000 subs. We're just so close. I don't like any trades here. We're coming back to the 20 MA. I just don't like it. It makes sense for us to make a new low here, right? To break this low, it makes sense, but at the same time, higher time frames looks like it wants to burst upwards with a second entry long, higher low, second entry long here, coming off of yesterday's close. It's just confusing. The 5-minute confusion, right? Just big wicks, don't know what's happening. It could be a trading range day today, and we'll look for a trading range. top of the trading range. Little difficult to know exactly where it is, because I mean, it could be here. It's quite a strong move up here. Not entirely sure. Could be something like this. This is how I would originally have it if I drew it earlier, right? If I drew it just having this information, this is how I would draw it. Maybe this. Maybe I could use a 10,000 tick chart. Yeah, the 10,000 tick chart. If I transpose, so the 10,000 tick chart does have a trading range forming here, and if I were to transpose it onto the 2K chart, it's 4165, 4165, 4158, 4158, 4165. Yeah, it looks like this. It looks a little wonky because of here it looks like it's just kind of like middle of nowhere, but if I transpose it, this is how it looked like. You do get a 2-point scalp there, but huge risk, not worth. Rami, he says, I'm here for the music. Trading tips are an added benefit. Turtle says, I'm here for the whiskey. Anyone here for the trading by any chance? Anyone here for you know, actual purpose of this channel? Trade 2 leggies. Turtles got 2 accounts. Time to buy the copier. Let's go, maybe. YL says, where do I learn the strategy? There's a couple playlists on my in my channel. You can go to the description below. I learned it from Al Brooks. I'm gonna say this. I'm not going to mention Mac's name anymore from Price Action Trading System until he changes his daily chart reviews. Either he does bar by bar or does live trading. If he does either of those, it's just the current way he does it. I cannot stand it. Ralph Grunt says, I have a small account size, so I'm only here to trade one-legged pullbacks. Is that how that works? Not sure. Robert says, have you tried to play Al Brooks' course at 2 times speed? It's like hearing a normal person. At least you don't fall asleep. That's not true. You always fall asleep. Aaron Desa says, which chart is this? Crypto. I'm Baba Money. Welcome to my channel. We'll retrade the Panda coin every single day. The Panda coin is also known as the emini futures. It's more liquid than Bitcoin itself. It's the most liquid market in the world, to be accurate. Trade every single day. Took no trades today. I don't like any of the setups. The only setup I liked was this one. I missed it. I like that trade. I'm glad I skipped this trade, the second entry long, even though we had an uptrend currently. Like this time when you look at this, you're like, okay, it's strong uptrend. And it'd be silly to reverse that because we're obviously in an uptrend. And so many people have said, obviously, why would you take this trap trade? Because, you know, things have changed from this downtrend. But, you know, all hindsight bias. When people start to see a losing trade, always hindsight bias.
10,000 tick trap.
We do have a trap on a 10,000 tick chart, and we do have room up to the top of the trading range here. Ooh. And this is where the market cycle comes in handy, because you know you are in a trading range. So, do you really want to take a trap? Do you really want to bet on a strong trend right now? I mean, looking at the 5-minute chart.
5-minute trap.
5-minute chart actually has a trap as well. Oh boy. 5-minute trap on 10,000 tick chart have a trap setting up here. Could be a big move up. I'm just sitting on my pause though. We could have an uptrend here looking for a new high. Not sure. Not sure. Maybe coming back to the top of the trading range here. Trap does trigger on the 10,000 tick chart. Also on the 5-minute chart, it's an outside bar reversal though. In a choppy day.
10,000 tick trap.
Just sitting on my pause. No setup for me on the 2,000 tick chart anyways. Patrick Lim asks, what does the trap mean? If you hear it, it says 10,000 tick trap. That's because of the indicator. The two-legged pullback indicator has alerts. And so I have an alert for the 10,000 tick chart, because if you have eyes on the 10,000 tick chart, the 5-minute chart, and the 2,000 tick, you know, that's a lot of places to be. And so I have alerts letting me know if there's an upcoming trap. So notice how there's the alert says 10,000 tick trap. It happens before the trap triggers. So if it's close to it, it'll let you know. And you can set that up, how many points away from the trap you want to alert you. The 5-minute as well. I'll make a long here to coincide with the trap trade and also the trap on the 2K chart. Also on the 5-minute chart, outside bar reversal. We'll attempt it here. Even outside bar reversal, I'll be interested in going long. Looking for a new high. Well, new high being created here. I mean, new high created here. I'm in this trade. Do not copy my trades. It will make sense to actually go to the top of this trading range, but I'll scalp out my 2 points. It's an outside bar reversal.
Five-minute trap.
Sitting on my pause. Again, I'm willing to take this risk. It's 1, 2, 3, 3/4 points, almost 4-point risk here. It's about a 1 to 2 reward risk ratio. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Got the scalp, $100 on the day. Across multiple accounts. So I've had a runner there. My runner got stopped out. New high created. So you got a break of this spiking channel to new high. Also have the break of trend here to new high. Could be a reversal wedge pattern here, especially when you see a reaction like this. This means that your setups now are a lower high setup or failed second entry long. Right? Either this lower high setup, or you can wait for the second entry long, that failing, reversing. If you want to bet on this wedge, plus the break of trend new high, happening twice here. Right, creating a trading range, obviously. The 2000 tick chart showing us a trading range here. Just scalping out there barely.
$10,000 tick trap.
There's a trap on the other side of the 10,000 tick chart now, as you can see. That alert happens before it triggers. So now we're about, I set my alert to like 2 points away. So there's 2 points away from a trap triggering on these higher time frames. I like to know, because that could mean big trend reversals, right? It could be big movements, especially on the higher time frames. So because of that, I like to have those alerts on there. Trap does trigger on the 10,000 tick chart, as you can see. Still a little confused, not sure what's happening. Looks like in and out. Looks choppy. No clear direction. Patrick asks, do you think it's because of China having live firing in Taiwan? Water people are mixed. I'm not sure what that means, but is it because of the news? Maybe, but you would think that news would make this go crazy, not like this, not go crazy. Basically, it's pretty docile. So nothing's happening right now. I think more the fact that at the end, it's always price action, but the daily chart pushing up, trap triggering here, fails against a short, and now there's maybe a pause bar here, trying to figure out, is this trap legit? Are we going to push higher, way higher, or is there going to be no follow through? So, people are waiting for follow through on this bar, and they're waiting for the next day to see what kind of candle it'll be. If it's like a bull bar, then they're saying, okay, there's follow through. Also, we're close to the top of the trading range on the daily chart, so it gets a little confusing in this area. I also will say there is news tomorrow with the employment rate, and so today might be kind of slow. People waiting for tomorrow's news to make the big move, and yeah, so just not sure. Docile. My English, forgive me. I'm a panda. I just learned how to speak. Hassam says, you mentioned something about the 5-minute chart. So Al Brooks says, you can tell the market cycle of the day by the first 5 bars on the 5-minute chart. And so the first 5 bars on the 5-minute chart, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can see there's no clear direction. Strong bull bar, no follow through. And so you see a lot of overlap here, especially now it continues. And so with that being said, most likely the market cycle of today on a macro level of the day will be a trading range. So that means typically I won't expect big trends to form. I'm expecting a lot of overlap. I expect a lot of choppiness. I expect a lot of reversals. I expect a lot of setups to fail. I expect a limit order market. So it kind of gives you the right mindset to trade for the day. And so this is why I'm not eager to really enter any trades right now. Plus, the price action is terrible. Look at how many overlapping bars there are in the 2000 tick chart. And so you know, the market's fractal, and so choppiness begets choppiness, which means that if you have choppiness here, the higher time frames, there will also be choppiness. If you have choppiness in the higher time frames, then most likely choppiness in lower time frames. And so choppiness begets choppiness. Also with trends, trends beget trends. If you have strong movements on the lower time frames, the higher time frames, it's going to be trending as well. There is news tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, so be aware of that. I'm not sure if many of you guys trade around that time, but if you are in a trade, just know that 8:30 there might be a huge move. So even though we broke down here, you're thinking going long to come back into this trading range because of failed breakdown. If you want to trade this as a failed breakdown, fade this breakdown. I may do it with a higher low setup. It's just very small, so it's hard to trade this. Very confusing. Doji bar, 2 doji bars in a row. Just horrendous price action at the moment. Convention will say this will be a failed breakdown back into the trading range. You could perhaps trade that to go long. I'm going to sit on my pause. To me, it's just not enough room for the price action that I want. Sir, go over Apple, please. I don't know. Throw in the chat if you want me to do analysis on another time frame, like a daily chart on, you know, Netflix or something. I don't know. Let me know. I do some trading outside of futures. I do some, you know, outside of futures. Since we have such a slow day today, I'll just talk about some other stuff. So until we get it set up. We do have a fail second entry long here setting up. Do I like this trade? I don't, because it's trend line. So just sitting on my pause. Also, I'm not really banking on strong moves. So with this move down, I'm just ends up giving you a scalp, perfect scalp currently. Just not interested in almost any of these trades right now. A lot of setups fail in these market cycles. So yeah, I'm in some other stuff. My personal, like, the most passive income you can possibly imagine, probably dividend stocks. You know, so big portion of my capital is in dividend stocks. Some of them high yield, some of them a little safer, but basically dividend stocks, because nice thing about dividend stocks is, especially the high yield ones, they're higher than inflation. So literally, if you just took out a loan and bought high dividend stocks, you would make money just purely on the dividends themselves. But I'm not saying to do that, but I'm just saying that is, you know, the math works right there. So crypto, like Bitcoin, I should look over some charts. Maybe I'll set up I have to set up like a screen with some charts here. Let's see. Nah, I mean, we'll save the futures. I don't wanna get away from futures. This is a stream for futures, so I'll just say Bitcoin. I'm still waiting. I think there might be another push down. Another thing about a philosophy I have is I never fight the Fed. I never fight the Fed. And so if the Fed says they're raising interest rates, I'm going to trade accordingly. So if they say they're going to raise interest rates, I'm not going to bank on a super strong, I mean, we have a pretty strong rally, but as long as Fed says they're going to raise interest rates, that's going to put too much pressure on the market, in my opinion. Especially if the Fed is saying that there is no recession. If there was a recession, then the Fed has reasons to lower interest rates because they want to stimulate the economy. But if they have a narrative to say that there is no recession, even though we have 2 negative GDP quarters in a row, completely redefining it from the last whatever, from basically when this definition was created, we'll change it up. And now they're in a spot where they will continue to raise interest rates because why would they need to lower them if they are not in a recession? So in that kind of environment, I just don't see us going super high. So, that's just my opinion. It's not financial advice. We have a big move down. Finally made a new low. Absolutely incredible. Move down here. A couple strong bear bars in a row. This is going to make you think. This is going to make you think we're on a strong trend day now. What's my 5-minute look like? Still in the trading range. A strong bear bar currently forming on the 5-minute chart. I mean, even with that rule, typically, with the first 5 bars or a couple bars on the 5-minute, telling you the market cycle, if you have a strong enough move, then obviously that can change things. But until that happens, we shall see. To me, this is a break of trend to new low. So that's why on the 10,000 tick chart, these traps are good to know. So you hit this trap here, didn't move very far, but another trap set up right after that. Strong move down. So it could give us, that's why I like to have the alerts. And the alerts are only possible if you have an indicator that can identify all second entries. This is why the 2-legged pullback indicator is so nice. Super strong move down, but let's see if there's follow through. The 10,000 tick chart, strong bear bar, ending on its low. Look to the left of the chart, you still have all these pivot lows, could act as resistance. People buying with limit orders here. So let's see if there's follow through. That's what the market's waiting for. So it might be a pause bar, follow through. If there's follow through, it might be a strong push down. The 5-minute chart, so you gotta let the candle finish. It was super bearish, but now it's a little confusing. There's a wick starting to form here. Trading range also on the 5-minute chart. From the top to the bottom can act as support here. Still confusing for me. Like, am I looking for a reversal here? Potentially, yeah. I mean, if we bounce off this trend line like this wedge, essentially, there's a wedge here. We go above the 20 MA with a trap trade to the long side. I'll take it. I'll take it. 10,000 tick chart, though. Still strong bear bar. Pause bar to see which way, right, this inside bar breaks out. I mean, currently it's an inside bar. I don't know how it's going to end, but right now it looks like an inside bar. The 5-minute chart, right, has this wick here. What is it gonna do? Don't know. So the question here, pandas, is do we look for a 2-legged pullback, A, B, C, 2-legged pullback, or trap trade, or neither if the setup doesn't happen? There might be follow through now on that 10,000 tick chart. About 1,000 more ticks on this candle. Pandas, give me a 1 if you're gonna take a second entry short here. If it happens. Give me a 2 if you're gonna skip it. Give me a 3 if you're gonna take the trap to go long. You gotta decide right now. You gotta decide before it happens. You have to recognize where you are in the market cycle. You gotta recognize the context. You should have already made your decision on this setup here if it does happen. That's part of trading. You gotta anticipate the next trade. Second entry short. It might be too far away from 20 MA here. 10,000 tick chart. Inside bar created. See if there's no follow through. 5-minute chart also. Wick currently forming. Who knows how that's going to end. Big push up. Absolutely incredible. So now, let's see. If you get a good signal bar, would you go short here? Give me a 1. 2 skip, 3 if you're gonna take the trap. Knowing the market cycle is helpful because you're wondering now, we're just gonna trade around the previous day's close all day today. So anytime the market kind of goes far away from it, you're gonna feel this pressure or force that it's come right back to it. That could be your edge for the entire day here. Doji bar. Probably take the trap trade here. If it gives it to me. Oh, second entry short. So you've already made your decision. You're either in this trade or you're going to look for this reversal happening here. Signal bar is not the best, doji bar, but it's beneath the 20 MA, which is nice. Trap no longer there, so those who went short here got scalped. They were able to scalp out. This could still be a failsafe entry short though, but for those who are taking 2-point scalp, just already scalped out. Congratulations. So this is why trading is difficult, because you've already had to have made your decision. Mark Eisner, am I on mute or something? I shouldn't be on mute. No, I shouldn't be on mute. You guys answered my poll question. Fails against your short, perhaps still here. Could have a nice push up here. I don't like how the 20 EMA is curling down like this. Days like this are very confusing. So now you do have a reversal set up here, potentially. I don't know. I just don't know. You're thinking there'll be one more leg down on the 10,000 tick chart. Pretty rare for just one push down and then right back up. Essentially V bottom. 5-minute chart creating a big doji bar here. Yeah, I'm just sitting my pause. I mean, just being up 100 even right now on the day like this is nice. Pandas, make sure you guys scalp that like button. If you guys don't know what we do here, I'm about money. And we scalp the emini every single day here using 2-legged pullbacks. And we do this 100% risk-free by using Apex funded traders. If you guys don't know what Apex is, basically it's a prop firm that gives you money to trade. And the nice thing about it is I have multiple accounts trading at the same time. So even though you see me up $100 today, I have multiple accounts across trading across many accounts. And the nice thing is about Apex is that they have the trade copier. Trade copier allows you to copy your trades over multiple accounts, and so that spreads your risk. And I go over the math. I go over the math almost, every once in a while, but the math is so simple, so simple. Just 4 accounts. If you can multiply whatever you make on average per day by 1,000. If you have 4 accounts, because 4 times 4 for 4 accounts times 250, which is the amount of trading days are in a year, equals 1,000. And 1,000 times the average per day you make, let's say you make $100 on average per day. That means by the end of the year you make $100,000 just having 4 accounts. That trap does work out. It's a terrible signal bar. Just enough room to the previous day's close. It's just too tricky, too choppy, too confusing. It does give you a scalp though. So congratulations for those who took that trap. Just a little too tricky. Beneath the 20 EMA as well. Right, coming after a strong bear bar. Too confusing for me. But if you're interested in Apex, and that's life-changing money in my opinion. Let's say you have 10 accounts. If you have 10 accounts, then that means that you multiply whatever you make per day by 2,500. If you have 20 accounts, then you multiply what you make per day by 5,000. 5,000. Yusuf asks, how does the trade copier work? Basically, if you put an entry in, it'll just copy your entry across all your accounts. Is my chart look different now? I don't know why it does that. I'll refresh it. Petro Limited does have drawdowns. It has a trailing threshold, if that's what you're asking. Tina Copson asks, how much does each account cost? It really depends on which account, but you can do as small as like $60. I recommend the 50K account, and because that's fairly cheap, especially with the 50% off code. If you look at the top, if you look at the chat, the pin message, also at the bottom of your screen, you can see a 50% off code for you guys. Especially with the 50% off code, the 50K account, you can start with little. It's like $80 some, less than $100. If you lose using the copier every day, then you lose your money, but that's true with anything. If you don't have the copier and you lose every day, then you lose money. It's just simple as that. If you're profitable, even at $100 or $50 or even $1 a day, right? If you're just profitable in the long term, the trade copier is a nice thing. But if you're not profitable, don't expect to make money, because that is literally the definition. So, still not a good case not to. It doesn't mean anything. If you say, if you lose money with the trade copier. What I'm saying, on average per day, which includes wins and losses, if you have profitability and if you have the trade copier, it's your best friend. But if you're not profitable, then don't expect to make money, because you're not gonna make money either way. Yeah, Daniel Sim has it right. You have to check your account positions. There's a panel in the command center or the control center in NinjaTrader that shows you all your positions. And there's an easy way, if you're like in positions that you don't want to be in, that because the trade copier kind of glitched out, then you can right click there and flatten everything, and that will get you out of all your trades. Tina Copson. No, the 50% off. If it takes you more than 1 month to pass the evaluation, then the 50% carries through to the lifetime of the evaluation. Just absolutely confusing day today. I have no idea what's happening. It's just very choppy. The setups, I mean, this has worked out. This second entry short worked out. This failed second entry also worked out. So actually everything's working. Maybe I should just go in any setup right now, because they're actually giving you scalps. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, man. So that's what I meant, that I felt like the 10K would have another push down, which it did. So I feel like now this move is done, right? Like if you had like a break of trend to new low, this move is done because now it has a two-legged move. A, B, C. Now we can reverse here. That's kind of what I was waiting for before finding a reversal trade. Now I want a nice reversal trade here if it's possible. A, B, C. Fail second entry short. Raw Meat says glitched out, doesn't exactly exude confidence in the copier. To be honest, you have to know the risk. Sometimes, depending on how the orders fill, because when you have an order, then the thing is that sometimes you don't get filled because of liquidity, or not even liquidity. Sometimes it just doesn't fill because it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't fill your order. Like you're too late in the queue, and it goes the other way. So sometimes the trade copier will do behavior that is unexpected. That's because of the market. I don't know. Maybe I'll create a trade copier, a better one. Maybe I will. I don't know. It seems like a pretty nice thing to have, and you don't want to glitch out. But that is a risk that the trade copier has, and I'll be honest. Sometimes you got to get used to the trade copier. You have to know the risk, and while you use it, you kind of learn the risk, and you kind of learn how to keep an eye on your accounts. And so, the nice thing about Rhythmic is that it tells you with notifications like how many trades you get in. By the bottom right of your screen you can see like notifications. So I like to, when those pop up when they should. I like it if things pop up when I don't expect them to pop up, or I know I should have seen more notifications than I thought. Then I usually check my accounts. Getting another strong push down here, absolutely amazing. I mean, no setups, not like I was interested in going short right here, but looks like we're pushing down now. I mean, the market cycle of the day, I just don't think it'll be a trending, but who knows? Who really knows? I just don't expect it to be a trending market today. I really feel like it's going to be, basically, we're going to be hovering around yesterday's close for a while. So any push far away from it, I feel like it will be dragged back up to it, but who knows? We are in currently a trading range also on the 2000 tick chart, but notice the price action is beneath the 20 MA. So it could just be chop around the 20 MA causing this trading range to form, but I don't know. Failed breakdown, possibly. H Cal says, please create a new trade copier. I will be happy to buy it. See, the thing is, the way it's currently programmed is that it creates basically the exact same orders across all your accounts. And so the nice thing about that is that it gets close to filling in how you want it to fill. So there's not much slippage. If I were to make a trade copier, I would basically not have it copy the orders across. I'll have it enter trades, right? Enter trades based on if you enter a trade. So it will just do a market order right when you enter a trade. It will do the same market order, and so in that case, you will be in the trade. But the problem will be is that there most likely will be slippage because market orders typically have slippage. So you might have slippage, like you enter the trade in one account and it will just enter a market order across all the copied accounts, and then that will cause it to enter a trade, and you might have some slippage, but it will be guaranteed to be in the trades. And when you exit the trade, it will simply exit all the trades with a market order. But you know, the trade-off is essentially, the trade-off is slippage, right? You'll be in the trades like guaranteed. It's just be slippage. All right, we're having a strong move down, and I'm thinking, do I want to take a piece of this downtrend? Could be a break of trend to new low here. The higher time frames, strong bear bar ending on its low. You know, it's a two-legged move on the higher time frame. The 5-minute two-legged move as well on the higher time frame. Am I looking for a reversal here? If the reversal does happen, I'll probably be enticed because I'm feeling like today might be a trading range day today. But we can start reversing the huge move up yesterday. I mean, we're pretty far. I mean, it is a pretty strong push down, so we can reverse most of yesterday's gains. It's possible. Regardless, we have to wait for our setup. It could be one or two things. It could either be this trend line, where we get a couple hits, or this trend line with a break of trend to new low. This is where you have to make your decision. This is why trading is difficult. This fits a little bit nicer, so I'm gonna go with this one. Continually making new lows here, so the bears are still making money. A6B9 asks, how long does it take to realistically pass the Apex Combine before getting a PA? Honestly, you can pass it in 10 days. For a lot of people, the problem is not how long it takes, it's how fast it takes. Like you finish it quicker than the 10 days, minimum 10 days, and you end up just trading micros. Now, if you want to trade, so typically people trade the evals a little more aggressively because you can reset them, but and so typically people pass them quicker than 10 days. But if not, right, if you want to trade it just how you normally trade, then that's up to you. You know, like, you know how well you trade, and you know how long it takes you to reach a certain profit. So however long it takes you to reach the profit target is how long it'll take you to pass the eval. Let's say you can make $5,000 in 1 month. Then whatever, I'm not sure if there's a 5,000. I'm sure like the 1,500 one or something like that. One of them might be around like a 5,000 price target. You know, then that one will take that long. You know, only you can answer that question. But if you trade aggressively, you can easily finish it in like 4 or 5 days. I'm working on another eval, 250k eval, and you know, it's been taking me so far 5 days. I'm like 90% of the way there, so this really depends. This is wacky. Not sure what's happening here. I mean, my setup is this one. I'll take it if it appears, but you know, I'm basically considering this to be the first breaker trend.
$10,000 tick trap. $10,000 5-minute trap.
Pandas, 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 pandas. I got broads in Atlanta, just a dope need and a Fanta. I got one trade in today. It didn't like the price action at all. I mean, it was like this for most of the time. Then turns to this. Yeah, I don't like any of it. Let's see if we get my setup here. I'll take a failsafe entry long just because I feel like, I mean, we're in a downtrend. Maybe I should just go short. Pretty strong downtrend now. It's just for the longest time we've been in trading range on the 5-minute chart, and I just feel like that could still be in play. So we got a decision to make. Do I want this second entry short, or do I want a fail second entry short here? You have to make your decision now. You have already had to have made up your mind. If we break clearly above the 20 MA, I would consider it. This means that I most likely will skip the second entry short here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to skip this fail second entry short. Or I'm going to skip this second entry short. I'm going to take the fail second entry short. If that fail second entry short fails, I'm going to reverse my trade for a small swing. Do not copy my trades. I'm setting up for a fail second entry short here. If this fails, I will reverse it. Push down for a small swing for a new low, most likely. Do not copy my trades. In this trade, like I mentioned, I will reverse it if it does happen. And I'm already planning my reversal here for a swing trade to a new low. Do I want to reverse it on this move down or break of this? It's tough. It's tough.
10,000 tick trap.
If I'm gonna reverse it, I gotta enter here. Right, that's a failure. Failed trap. I'm gonna take the hit. Take the trap trade to alongside. Thinking our market cycle is trading range day today. Even though we have a strong push down because of the prior price action, I'm gonna take this reversal thinking we're gonna come back closer to yesterday's close again. Especially we have a breaker trend to new low. Just waiting. Pops up. If this fails again, I may go short. If this fails again, I may go short, but I hope it fills me before, so I don't have to make that decision. Touch my target. Let's go, baby. Getting that bamboo today. Let's go, baby. Easy peasy, easy money. That's why it's important to recognize the market cycle you're in. Okay, pandas? It's important. That's why. Don't forget. A lot of people probably try to take that short here. Right? They see a two-legged come off the 20 MA continuation pattern. But because of our big panda brains, we were expecting reversal. And how many of you guys would have said in the chat if I took that reversal and it failed on me after it fails with hindsight bias, saying, why are you going long on a downtrend? I cannot tell you. Basically, there would be 4 or 5 people coming out on stream that will say that conveniently after the trade is done. But they don't say anything before the trade. They don't say anything even during the trade. And this is why you gotta look for the reversal. This is why you gotta recognize the market cycles. Alright, pandas. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. Remember, there is news at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. So just be aware. And yeah, try not to be in any positions at the time. But pandas, I'll see you guys tomorrow. 9 o'clock for the pre-market show if you guys are interested in seeing how much money I make every single day or how many accounts I have with Apex. It's all, I put it all out there for the members. So if you're interested, become a panda. Join me at 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern time, and then also 9:15 for the mainstream. So as always, pandas, happy trading. God bless. Bye.